If you're moving to the Atlanta area and you just finished watching my Buckhead vlog tour and you're kind of getting mixed up and turned around, don't know up from down, I totally get it. Buckhead's a big area to cover, so I'm going to sit down on a Google Maps now and just kind of point out where some things are in the Buckhead area, point out some of the schools, some of the parks, some of the main roads, so stay tuned for all of that. My name's Molly. Welcome to my channel. If you are new or returning and have not subscribed to my channel yet, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give me a like, and hit that bell so you can be one of the first to be notified when I do post a new video about one of the Atlanta neighborhoods. But you guys, if you have any questions as I go about any of my videos, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help you guys out and make your move to the Atlanta area a little bit easier. So love to hear from you all. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. All my contact information is down below. But without further ado, let's jump on to the map. All right, so here is our map of Atlanta, and you can see the Buckhead neighborhood outlined right here. So it takes a pretty big portion of the northern part of the Atlanta area that's inside the perimeter here. And you can see also kind of how far you are from the airport, which is kind of a straight shot down 75, 85 right down there. So you're talking, it really depends on where you're living here in Buckhead. If you are up living on the very northern edge of Buckhead, it could take you a little bit longer, obviously. You're probably going to hit Highway 400 and hop on the 85, 75 connector down. So it could take you probably 25 to 30 minutes. I mean, depending on traffic, if traffic's bad, it could take you a lot longer, but that's roughly, on a good day, you could probably get down to the airport in roughly 30 minutes or so. But let me zoom in a little bit and we'll dive into some of the more nitty-gritty details. Oops, wrong screen here. So here's again our outline of the Buckhead area, huge area. And if you watch my vlog tour, I try to just point out some of the highlights. It's impossible to cover everything in one video. But, first I'll just start out with showing you where the shopping is and a lot of the restaurants in the Buckhead area, because that's kind of what Buckhead is known for, is a lot of their good eating and dining options, and then just the shopping in general. So you'll see right over here, the Lenox Mall is right here. And then let me scroll in a little bit more so you can get a better picture. So the Lenox Mall is right here. This is Highway 400. This used to be a toll road. It's not a toll road anymore, but this one is a nice road. I mean, a lot of people are going to be using this to commute into the Buckhead area from areas like Sandy Springs, Roswell, Alpharetta. They're going to take 400 into town, and there are some exits right here onto Lenox Road. But anyway, back to shopping. So the Lenox Mall is right here. It's just along Peachtree Road. This is Lenox Road right here. And then this is Piedmont on this side. I'm sorry, Piedmont is right here. This is a pretty big road as well. And this is, again, Peachtree Road goes right through here. So it borders the corners of Lenox and Peachtree Street. And then catty corner from the Lenox Mall is the Phipps Plaza, which is a little bit more higher end stores. It has the Nordstrom there, some like Fendi and Prada and stuff like that. So that's going to be a little bit more your fancier stores over there. There's also a little shopping area right over in here. There is a Target. It's not showing up here, but there's a Target in there. There's a Dick's Sporting Goods. There's a Publix grocery store right there. There's also a Kroger here. Let me find it. It's off of Piedmont Road. So it's right over in this shopping center, right over in here. There is a Kroger grocery store. And then there's also a Trader Joe's right down here. And then if you want to scoot a little further west, you'll find a Whole Foods Market, which is right there. And it's right across the street from the St. Regis. There's the Chops Lobster Bar that's over here. So you're going to find a lot of your shopping is going to be right here in this corridor. Let me zoom out a little bit. So like the Buckhead Village, If you watch my vlog tour of the Buckhead area, I walked around the shops at Buckhead, which is like right around here. So some very fancy stores and outdoor type of shopping area. Sorry, the pollen and allergies right now are going crazy with me. So I feel like I gotta sneeze about every 2 seconds. But yeah, so anywhere along here, like I'd say anywhere from Far Road up into just like this whole area, you're gonna find a lot of, boutique stores, your malls, lots of great restaurants. One restaurant I really love is right here. It's kind of, you would never know that there's a restaurant right here, but it is, let's see, whoops, I think I went too far. Lots of hotels as well. So if you're looking for a hotel for people that are coming to visit, you can definitely you can see them all popping up here. Here we go. It is right across the St. Cecilia's is right here. So this is a seafood restaurant right across from the mall, Lenox Mall and Phipps Mall. Really good seafood. So if you're looking for a good seafood restaurant, that is a nice restaurant. Like I've never had a bad dish there. I could go on and on about all the different restaurants that are around here, but that would take way too long for this video. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of great restaurants. South City Kitchen. There's a Echo, which there's a restaurant that the main restaurant was in Midtown, and they built one right here next to the Phipps Plaza. Bistro Nico. If you're wanting good steaks, Bones is one of those classic, nice steakhouses. There's Howell's, it's in Buckhead as well. So lots of great, again, a lot of great restaurants and coffee shops and that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's where the shopping is. So it's going to be right there along Peachtree Street and really all along here. And even when you get into the southern Buckhead area, there's going to be shops all along here. And I'll scoot out a little bit further. There's going to be, there'll be small little pockets of them in particular. Like over here in Peachtree Battle, it's called Peachtree Battle. There's like a Publix right over here and some other little shops here. There's a breakfast place there. So you're just going to find an assortment of stuff all along Peachtree, making your way down into the Midtown area. So as far as major roads, I pointed out Highway 400. As you can see, it stops right here when it intersects with 85, Highway 85. But this 400 is going to be one of those main roads that a lot of people take to commute into town. You can see it goes all the way up and then it turns into like Highway 19, but it goes up to Alpharetta. So that's going to be like one of your main arteries into the city. Pretty good fast-flowing road during non-peak hours. I will say 400 is rough going either way during rush hour at 5 o'clock, whether you're going north or south on 400. It's a kind of a mess. It's just very slow. So my husband once in a while works up by the Northside Hospital, which is basically right here, right inside the perimeter. And him getting home, we live down here in the Virginia Highland area, it can take him up to like 45 minutes to an hour just because the traffic is just really bad here at the 5 o'clock hour. So just FYI. Other main roads, so you can always take, going north-south, there is the Lenox Road. This is a pretty quick road. Piedmont Road. This is a pretty quick road to get over into the shopping. Then there is also, this is the Peachtree Road right here, which goes over into like the Brookhaven area. You've got what road? This is Northside. I was like drawing a blank here. This road right over here. This is Northside Drive. This is a nice quick moving road as well. So you got a lot of options going north-south if you're running east-west. There is West Wesley Road. It kind of cuts through here, through the southern part of the Buckhead area. There's also one really pretty road to drive along. Even if you don't live there and you just want a nice Sunday drive, for something to do, drive along West Pacey's Ferry Road. This is where you're going to see a lot of big mansion style homes. You'll drive right by the governor's mansion. The Atlanta History Center is right here. And this will bring you all the way into the heart of the Buckhead area. So those are kind of some of your main roads. As far as some trails, so I mentioned, and I walked on it a little bit, was the Path 400 trail, and that kind of runs just along Highway 400. Now the whole path is not fully completed. It's going to be about a 5.2 mile stretch, but let me pull up. I have the map here, so I will zoom in here. So it kind of starts roughly just south of Windsor Parkway, and it runs right along Highway 400. And so when it's all completed, it will run, it's kind of hard to see with all these other icons on here, but it's going to run all along 400. Then it gets down into kind of the shopping area, and it'll cut through. This part is definitely not done yet, but it'll keep running along Highway 400 down to where it ends roughly by I-85. So it's a good little stretch there when it will all be completed. And actually this part is done, or a little section of it. I know I've seen it when I've driven by it, but there's a small section down here that's done anyway. So, so back to the map. Oh, and I also mentioned the belt line. That's another walking, jogging trail. And I did mention, it scoots along the southern edge of Buckhead. It's not a huge portion, but it roughly goes along here, right around like the Piedmont Hospital. And then it kind of cuts through Peachtree Hills, and then kind of loops back through here and down into like the Midtown area in Piedmont Park. But so there's a little small section right just down in this very lower part of the Buckhead area. So if you're looking for the Beltline access, it's a very small portion of the Buckhead that's going to be right by it. Another fun thing, I mentioned the Bobby Jones golf course is right here, and it's a really pretty golf course. There's a driving range, and there's some nice sidewalks all along this golf course. So if you're wanting to get out for a walk or a jog, you could just walk around here. They have some really nice wide paths. And another, let's see, I think that is it for, I guess all other green spaces. There's some great little parks in the Buckhead area. One that I really think is great is in Garden Hills. It's one of the southern neighborhoods right here, Garden Hills. They have a cute park right over here, this Frankie Allen Park. And let's see, they also have a pool, a public pool. I'm trying to think if that is in the same spot. No, it's further down. The Garden Hills pool is right here. My bad. So it's right here, and this is a great public pool. I'll take our kids here. We don't even live in the Buckhead area, but it's a public pool. You can generally, find some parking along this street or along this area right here. And they also have a cute little playground right next to the pool. So that's one spot. Again, there's this, I know they have some baseball fields over here in this Frankie Allen Park. And then probably my favorite playground in the Atlanta area, excuse me, my voice is cracking, is over in Chastain Park. Now this is a very, very big park. Let me scroll out so you can see. This is kind of on the northern edge of the Buckhead area. I mean, the Chastain Park neighborhood in general is just beautiful, some beautiful homes. But they have, they've got a golf course here. They have got the amphitheater right here on this corner, but they have a playground roughly kind of right over in here. The cutest playground you'll ever see. It's really cute. And they have a pool and lots of baseball fields, and they just got a lot of stuff going on here. So this is definitely a great park to check out. They do festivals over here. And then one other park, which I pointed out in my vlog tour of Buckhead, was Memorial Park. And that's right across the street from Bobby Jones Golf Course, which is down south again. But this Memorial Park is right here. This has another really cute playground. If you got little kiddos, take them here, check it out sometime. And they even have like this, this little creek that you can walk by and kind of feel like you're in the nature, going for a walk or whatever. So another cute park there. As far as schools, now there's a ton of schools. I can't possibly cover them all in this video, but I'll point out some of the major schools in the Buckhead area. A lot of these are all public. I'll point out a couple private ones here in a second. But for starters, there is the Sarah Smith School, which is a very popular one. And the Sarah Smith School is divided into a dual campus, similar to like the city of Decatur. If you watch that vlog tour, they have a similar setup where they have two campuses, one for the lower grades. So we've got Sarah Smith, the K through 2 or kindergarten through second grade is right here. And then you go a little further north off of Wyuka Road, and then you've got the 3rd through 5th grade right here. And all these schools are going to feed into the Sutton Middle and then the North Atlanta High School. So I'll show you those in a second. So that's one set of elementary schools. Another set would be, we'll talk about Morris Brandon. So Morris Brandon also has the same kind of setup, dual campus. So the Morris Brandon has a kindergarten through second grade right over here, just on the other side of I-75 over in the Margaret Mitchell neighborhood, a great neighborhood. They have some nice homes over here. I feel like the home prices in Margaret Mitchell are a little bit more reasonable than other parts of Buckhead, but so you can get a new build over there kind of in the 2 million range, maybe, and then it goes up from there. But I feel like you can find something a little bit on the more lower price point for Buckhead anyway than if you went over into these other areas up here where they're going to cost 3 to 5 plus million. But anyway, I digress on that. So that's the K through 2, and then the other campus is right here. This is the 3rd through the 5th grade. It's just north of the West Wesley Road. I will tell you what, when I was doing my vlog tour of the Buckhead area, I was driving up this street, and it's kind of a weird intersection right here. And I think I was here right when school was getting out, and the stoplight there, it was kind of awful, and I could see how this area would get backed up pretty easily and could be a little bit annoying. But while we're here, we might as well talk about the Sutton Middle School, which is located right next door. This is just off of North Avenue, which is a pretty main road right here. And then we also have, we'll go up a little bit further north, and we have the Jackson Elementary. And now the Jackson Elementary, again, dual campus. It has a pre-K through first only. And then you have to move over to the west a little bit, and then you get into the grades 2 through 5. So this is kind of one of the northern elementary schools. And then all of these schools feed into the North Atlanta High School, which is just, it's before, let me scroll out here a little bit. So it's on the other side of 75, kind of north of, what road is that actually? Trying to blank here. Northside Parkway. Okay. So that's where the North Atlanta High School is. Now I got this in yellow. This is a private school. These are kind of, there's a couple of them over here. The Lovett School, I thought I had, I guess my label went away. The Lovett School right here. And then there's the Westminster School here, which is a K through 12. Both these schools are, and these are private schools, and they're kind of the more prestigious private schools. So if you're looking in for a private school and want some of the best, you've got Westminster and the Lovett School. They're both kind of on the western edge of the Buckhead area. As far as neighborhoods, there's so many neighborhoods within Buckhead, like over 40. But, if you're looking for all the beautiful mansions and the big yards, that's going to be all these areas right all through here. So Chastain Park, Mount Perrin, You've got Tuxedo Park right here. So you're going to find a lot of your big homes all along here, even down in here too. So, I mean, beautiful areas to drive around in. It does feel a little bit more secluded because, and sometimes it's kind of hard to see the homes because there's a lot of trees around these homes, you know, to give them privacy, but very pretty drives in there. Lots of big trees. So nice, pretty area to take a drive anyway. But you know, if you are just trying to get into like an entry into the Buckhead lifestyle, a lot of people will look at areas kind of in the southern Buckhead region. So we're talking about areas right in through here, which is kind of a nice area because you have quick access to 75. You're not far from Midtown. And yeah, so areas like Memorial Park, I mentioned Spring Lake, Wildwood, Collier Hills is right here. So all these areas right kind of by the Bobby Jones Golf Course, these are good like entry level areas and neighborhoods to get into, which, you know, they can range into, like I'd say starting price point, maybe the 850 range, 900K, and they go up from there. But that would be kind of like your entry level into the Buckhead area. Other areas would also that you could consider, which I love, Garden Hills. I think that's a really cute area. There's also Peachtree Heights, Peachtree Hills. So these neighborhoods are wedged in between. This is Peachtree Road right here, and then you have Piedmont Road right here. So these are just great spots because you feel like you're in your own little neighborhood, but then you're so close to all the shopping, but you don't really hear the noise of the shopping or anything like that. So these are some other great neighborhoods to check out. One other neighborhood I should mention is this Pine Hills over here, kind of out by its lonesome. It's right in between Lenox Road and East Roxborough Road. But I love Pine Hills. It feels very forestry in there. It's very hilly. I will say, you have to be careful if you're looking at Pine Hills because the DeKalb Fulton borderline is something, it's kind of like it splits right here. So you've got Fulton County on this side and the DeKalb County on this side. And so there's two different schools. So you do need to be mindful of the school situation depending on, you know, where you're looking, because homes on this side are zoned to Sarah Smith, and that's a relatively much better ranking school than the homes over on this side, which now I'm drawing a blank of the school that they're zoned to, but it's not quite as great of a ranked school. But I do love the Pine Hills area. I think it's kind of an area a lot of people overlook and don't think about. Anything else with neighborhoods? One area I didn't really touch on in my vlog tour of Buckhead was over here. There is historic Brookhaven, which is actually part of Buckhead, which doesn't make sense, right? Because it's called historic Brookhaven. But, you know, in Brookhaven runs basically kind of like the whole city of Brookhaven is. It runs from 85 up to the perimeter and down. So it's kind of roughly like this. So that's the city of Brookhaven. But then we've got historic Brookhaven, which you're going to, again, find really big homes, 2 million plus, really big lots. And it's around this Capital City Country Club, a private golf course. It's just beautiful over there. Beautiful to take a walk, and you're really close to all the shopping and that kind of thing. So, yeah, so I hope that helps kind of show you up from down, because in my vlog tour, I know I kind of went all over and it's hard to really understand where I was exactly unless I just sit down on the map and kind of show you. So, you know, I started out over here by all the shopping, and then I went up into Chastain Park, showed you the park area a little bit, and then I hit some of the neighborhoods down here, kind of more your entry level neighborhoods with the golf course, and I think I walked through Spring Lake. That's the neighborhood I walked through. So I walked through that, and I showed you the Beltline, which was down here. And then I ended over in the Garden Hills area. I think it might have been Peachtree Heights, but I showed you home over in this as my final stop. So kind of made a big circle, but hopefully that gives you an idea or a little bit better idea of how the Buckhead area is laid out. But you guys, that's all I have. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm here to help you out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you later.